Netflix, the streaming powerhouse that has changed Hollywood. From a quaint little business that took down Blockbuster to now acquiring one of the biggest entertainment companies in Warner Brothers. Yes, Netflix has come a long way from where they started, having both prestige TV shows and movies. But no studio is batting 1,000, and it got me thinking, what is the worst movie on Netflix? And after doing some very sophisticated research, I have found this movie and watched it. And I've come to the conclusion that this movie is bad. And what is the title of this so-called bad movie? 365 Days. It is a romantic thriller that watched 50 Shades of Grey and was like, oh, you think this is toxic? Just you wait. And wow, congrats. You did it. The movie is about this mob boss named Massimo who abducts this woman named Laura, and he forces Laura to live with him for 365 days to fall in love with him, and after 1 year, if Laura is still not in love with him, he will let her go. So yes, this movie is basically Stockholm Syndrome. It can be romantic, and you might be thinking, well, is this one of those movies where you have to take a step back to realize how nutty everything is? No. You're watching this guy Massimo just be an absolute asshole, and you're expected to hope that Laura falls in love with him for some reason. Like, he just straight up assaults a stewardess to the point where she's crying afterwards, and you're expecting me to root for this guy later on? Honestly, they don't even attempt to make him likable. But why does Massimo want Laura to fall in love with him so badly, like they haven't met before all this? Well, about 5 years ago, Massimo saw Laura with binoculars, thought she was hot, and then immediately after that, his mob boss father got murdered in front of him. So he wants to be with Laura because of trauma. Neat. Before this very romantic abduction, Laura, she lives a fine life. She has this boyfriend that thinks the sexiest woman on the planet is his mother.
Zdrowie najseksowniejszej, najcudowniejszej, najwspanialszej kobiety na świecie, czyli mojej mamy.
I should also point out that he says this on Laura's birthday, so very weird and in bad taste for multiple reasons. Her boyfriend like really sucks too. Like, they planned all these activities that they were going to do together on her birthday, and he decides that he's just going to do everything by himself. But it's all right because he got her a fridge magnet as a birthday present.
Godzinę szukałem. O. Dla ciebie.
Yeah, wow, I can't wait to use this to hold my gas bill. And oh, you also got me a hotel pen and a half-eaten sandwich? You shouldn't have. So Laura is having a bad birthday, and things are only going to get worse because she's about to meet Massimo for the first time, who uses the best pickup line I have ever heard.
Are you lost, baby girl?
This dude has been waiting over half a decade to get face to face with this woman, and that's the first thing you say to her? And the line, "Are you lost, baby girl?" is pretty much Massimo's catchphrase.
Are you lost, baby girl? Are you lost, baby girl? Are you lost, baby girl?
Massimo, are you trying to sell merch that says, "Are you lost, baby girl?" He's like, yes, your electric bill can be hung on the fridge with this "Are you lost, baby girl" magnet. Yeah. It's on the house. So the romantic abduction happens, and Laura wakes up in Massimo's mansion to find that Massimo has a face portrait of her in his house. Yo! Run! And apparently this portrait has been hanging in his house for years.
Your portraits have been hanging in my house for years.
All right, guys. I think Massimo might be a psychopath. The screenwriting is very subtle, but when you watch as many movies as I do, you pick up on this stuff. So Massimo basically explains the plot to Laura, how she has 365 days to fall in love with him, and if she doesn't, she can just walk away, which I'm sure you can believe this guy. He doesn't seem sketchy or anything like that, so if you don't fall in love with him in 365 days, I'm sure you'll be fine just walking away. Massimo also says that he will not do anything without Laura's permission.
I won't do anything without your permission.
I love that he's making this commitment as he's groping her. This is a promise that Massimo does not keep. Like, there are multiple times where Laura's like, yeah, and I'm not down. And Massimo's like, okay, but you sort of are, right? Also, Laura wants to leave, and Massimo's like, all right, you can do anything you want, but that one thing.
Do you really want to kill me?
I mean, like, yeah, what part of this interaction do you think went well? He tries to win her over by doing what he thinks every woman loves, going shopping. And it does not work. But lucky for Massimo, the cops here aren't really in the mood to do their job.
Please, I need help. Can you help me? Someone kidnapped me and I need help. Can you help me?
Buongiorno, signore.
The cops are just like, oh man, I wish a mob boss would kidnap me and try and get me to fall in love with them. You lucky toots. So no one's willing to help Laura out, so she's pretty much just stuck here. Massimo's very annoyed that she's not in love with him yet, even though it's only been like 3 weeks. Not every love story is like a Disney movie, so you gotta chill out a bit, Massimo. So later on, Laura meets up with him in one of his hotel rooms, and in this room, Massimo has a portrait of himself with a lion. Dude, come on. That's like what a 5-year-old thinks is cool. Like, I hate to say it, but you gotta make a trip to Home Goods, man. So Massimo, very annoyed that Laura is not in love with him, so he decides to show her what she's missing out on, and he handcuffs her to the bed, which I don't think she gave you permission to do. But then a hooker comes into the room and gets physical with Massimo. And this is all supposed to be like, oh yeah, Laura, you see what you're missing out on? Yeah, I'm so great. But the thing is, Massimo only lasts for like 30 seconds. Yeah, it really looks like you're missing out there, Laura. Quickest draw in the West. Massimo's just like, yeah, I'm so fast you won't even notice. You want me to do it again? So more time has passed and Laura is still not down. Like, what the hell? I just don't understand. So they're on Moss's yacht and the two of them get into an argument and Laura falls off the boat.
What are you doing?
I don't know why, but the way she falls off the boat just looks so cartoony to me. Her legs are just so perfectly angled. It just looks so weird to me. Massimo jumps in the water to save her, and for some reason, this really does it for Laura, and the two start to get it on. The movie shows us that these two are just banging all over the boat, but you gotta remember, Massimo, he can only last for about 30 seconds, so if it's gonna be that long, you might as well change up the location. Now, there's about 42 minutes left in this movie, and I'm not gonna lie, 90% of the back half of this film is just these two checking out each other's back halves. Laura is even starting to see Massimo in a different light.
Wyobraź sobie silnego samca, który zawsze wie, czego chce.
Yeah, he's such an alpha male. He wakes up at 4:30 in the morning and smears banana all over his face, and he says how nothing really matters because we're all just living in the Matrix, and I'm not gonna lie, I think you should start a podcast. And the red pill medication really starts to work on Laura.
I don't need 365 days.
Because
I love you.
All right, big W for Stockholm Syndrome here. Do you think Belle from Beauty and the Beast ever described Beast as an alpha male? Now, the movie, not that things made sense before this, but things get very bizarre very fast with Massimo just asking this simple question.
will you marry me?
Ja pierdolę.
Does it mean yes?
Yes.
Yeah, they've known each other for literally 2 months and now they want to get married. It's crazy because I've seen better judgment on 90 Day Fiancé than I have with these two people. And Massimo tells Laura that she can't invite her family to the wedding for some reason.
You said that nobody from Poland can come to our wedding. Even my parents.
And Laura is totally chill with all this, but she fights for her best friend to be there.
But I would love to have my best friend to be next to me.
Yo. What? You're cool with not inviting your family, but you draw the line at not inviting your best friend? Are you just embarrassed that your family might judge Massimo for selling Are You Lost Baby Girl merch? Her family's just like, oh, why doesn't he just say Bazinga? So when Laura's friend arrives, the audience then finds out that Laura is pregnant.
Dobra, przestań, daj mi jednego.
W ciąży jesteś. Zapalę drugiego za ciebie.
Ja po prostu rozerwę jak go zobaczę na
Olga,
scenie.
on nie wie o ciąży.
I'm sorry, what? When did that happen? Not the 30 seconds with Massimo. When did you find out you were pregnant? Seems like something we should have seen and not just read about in subtitles. Like, that's such an easy scene to shoot. Just have her looking at a pregnancy test and going like, oh no, like that's all we needed. And then out of nowhere, one of the mafia guys gets tipped off that another family is trying to kill Laura.
Che succede?
Vogliono uccidere Laura.
Sei sicuro?
Sì, sono sicuro.
Okay, why are they doing that? So then Laura and her friend go into this tunnel and I guess die? Because Laura never comes out of this tunnel and we later on see a cop car outside of it, so I guess that means death? What an extremely lazy way to kill off one of your main characters. Like, you couldn't even be bothered to add in gunshot sound effects. And this is how the mafia guy tells Massimo that there was a hit out on Laura. You gonna say anything, man, or just awkwardly stand there quiet? And honest to God, that's where the movie ends. Yeah, we don't get a definitive answer if Laura lives or not. The movie just ends. Like, I want this movie to be over too, but you gotta have some conclusion. This movie has 2 sequels to it, so my gut is telling me that Laura is probably alive. But what the hell, Netflix? You gave this movie 2 sequels? You couldn't afford more seasons to American Vandal or Mindhunters, but this movie gets 2 sequels? But yeah, this movie sucks, and not in the so bad it's good type of way, or it's like in on the joke that it's a bad movie. It's just like harmfully bad. Like, you shouldn't watch this movie and think any of the characters are good, any of the messages are good. Like, there's literally nothing good about this movie. It honestly feels like propaganda for Andrew Tate-like people, and Netflix, let's just not appeal to that crowd. But that's where this video ends. Please like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.